So on Friday, we talked about customary units and tools. So these measurements for lengths, you guys have used rulers. We went in the hallway, we measured different things. Somebody give me some customary units that we use for measurement. Brett? Millimeters is metric. So think customary, only in the US of A.
Inches.
Inches. Braden? Yards. Caitlin?
Gallon.
Okay, for lengths.
Oh, feet.
Feet. Yep. Sophie? Miles. Okay. Those are the ones we're working with today. And we're going to practice doing the conversions. You will always be given a chart to show you this, but 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. This is the one we usually have to look back on, but by the end of this unit, you're probably going to have them memorized. And then 1 mile is also 1,760 yards. And you're almost always going to be given a chart with all these, but if you can just memorize them really quick, it'll make your homework and all your work go a lot faster. Okay? So every year when I teach this, I have a lot of kids that accidentally go the wrong direction and multiply when they're supposed to divide or divide when they're supposed to multiply. So there's a little rhyme that goes with it that'll help you remember what you're doing. So let's say I want to change 5 yards. We abbreviate yards YD to feet. So the little rhyme that I teach everybody every year that seems to work very well, if you're going big to small, we multiply all. If we go small to big, divide the pig. I'll show you. So, big to small, multiply all, small to big, divide the pig. What does this mean? The first time I heard it, I was like, what? But here's a trick to getting this done and doing the right operation, because the biggest thing I see is multiplying when you're supposed to divide and divide when you're supposed to multiply. So we're going to circle the bigger unit. What's bigger, a yard or a foot?
Yard.
A yard. He's the pig. Okay? So I'm going to circle the pig. Am I going from big to small or small to big?
Big to small.
I'm doing big to small. So that means I multiply. How many feet in a yard?
15.
Nope. There's 3 feet and 1 yard. So I'm multiplying times 3. I'm going to go to my
15.
conversion. 5 times 3 is 15. If I'm going big to small, I multiply all, and I pull the unit I need from my chart or from my memory, and I'm just doing 5 times 13. If I go from 48 inches to feet, what's bigger, inch or foot?
Foot.
So this is my big. I'm going big to small or small to big. I'm going small to big, so I divide the pig. There's 12 inches in a foot, I'm dividing by 12. 48 divided by 12 is 4. Now, these are pretty common things. We've been doing them in our warm-up. But this is just another way to remember if you're multiplying or dividing and which way to go. When you get into yards and miles and it's a little bit different, you guys have been doing feet and inches for many, many, many years. Sometimes you won't have something that will divide evenly. So, for example, if I have 64 inches, am I going to get an even flat number of feet out of it? I'm going small to big. I divide by 12. Can I evenly divide 64 divided by 12? No. How many feet can I get out of 64 inches? 5 feet is 60 inches. So I have 4 inches left over. I'm going to write 5 feet, and then I have to put 4 inches. You will see this in the yards and feet. You will see this in feet and inches more often than not. So if we go big to small, we multiply all. Small to big, divide the pig. We're going to do this tomorrow with capacity, and the next day with weight. This little rhyme and this little trick works with all of them. Got it? The other thing that I see kids kind of struggle with is, let's say I have 31 yards and I want to convert it to inches. This is something that everybody kind of gets stuck on. There's 2 different ways to do this. I could figure out how many inches are in a yard, or I can shortcut and do yards to feet, and then feet to inches. Some people like just going straight to inches. For me, I know that there's how many feet in a yard? 3. So I'm going to divide by 3. Okay. So, or I'm sorry, multiply by 3, because I'm going big to small. So I multiply by 3. 3 times 31 is 93. And then to figure out the inches, I'm going big to small, so we're multiplying times 12. I would multiply 93 times 12 to figure out how many inches. These are pretty large numbers that you're not going to actually see in the problems we're working on today, but they will come up, and I want you to be able to tackle those. So it would be 1,116 inches. Get it? Sometimes it's a lot easier to just do yards to feet and feet to inches. Those were some bigger numbers than you're going to have to work with.